are back and we are black. What is going on? We still going strong. You know what it is. Facts. What is going on? This is No I Don't Know TV series. Shout out to Nuke. I was exiting Nuke this morning, joking around and shit. But anyway, man, I'm your boy Warren G in the place to be. Trying not to be clown and sucker free in this life where we're not free. Seems. Anyway, yay. What is going on? Shout out to everybody that's out there that's still pretending like it ain't no racism and anti-black racism going on towards us. Shout out to all these motherfuckers that's like, well, we had Obama. Like, I don't understand what's going on. Like, why are these people protesting? That shit. So shout out to them suck-ass motherfuckers. Shout out to all you coons and sambos and mammies. Mammy. Oh, my little mammy. Shout out to all y'all, because it's a bunch of y'all. It's a million of y'all niggas out there. Y'all can't wait to get a butter biscuit and some pancakes and syrup and bacon and eggs and shit and eat at the big house. I just get right on that, boss. You know, so shout out to y'all niggas. There's plenty of y'all niggas out there with the clown ass shit. And shout out to all y'all motherfuckers that's out there handling business and hustling and doing what the fuck you need to do to survive. And shout out to all you non-working, non-productive members of society that don't got shit going on but have your thumb up your ass and smelling it and sitting around the house talking about, man, shit, what you trying to do today, man? Man, I'm tired. I gotta go to bed, man. You tired? From what, nigga? I gotta go to work. Man. So shout out to all you niggas that's out there that's got corp plantation jobs. Hey, whether you're a $40 million slave or a $20 an hour slave, you're still a slave. Does not matter. So shout out to all y'all that's out there. And shout out to all my women that's out there that's like, shit, even though Corona going up, shit, I'm still trying to slang some pussy. I'm trying to get some money. So shout out to all y'all that's on Wayfair, that's just what I need. Our PayPal, OnlyFans page type shit. Shout out to y'all. Hey. And shout out to everyone that understands that racism, white supremacy is a team sport, is an institution. So shout out to all y'all motherfuckers there too, man, because there's a lot of people out here cooning, still buck dancing, and samboing, and kind of placating and straddling the fence, soft showing like, well, you know, well, it ain't just racist people, man. It's, you know, black people gotta stop killing each other and shit. So that means if I see you fight with your sister, that gives me all kinds of right to kick your sister in her ass. That's what you're telling me. Stop. Stop. Anyway, man, I just want to let y'all know that racism, white supremacy is never going anywhere until black folk get their shit in order and be on code. Hey. Shout out to all you other motherfuckers that's like, shit, I hope they ride again, nigga. I'm trying to get into another Target so I can get me some shit. Well, holla at me, nigga. I need a couple flat screens. I need an ironing board, a new iron, a water cooler, and some dog food type shit. Shit, if y'all trying to run, them motherfuckers was like, fuck that, nigga. Let's go to Melrose and fuck that shit up. Y'all can't do that shit out here in Vegas. Them niggas was protecting downtown Summerlin at all costs. Them niggas like, y'all not fucking this shit up. Shit, there ain't enough niggas out here for that anyway. Hey, and shout out to all you motherfuckers that think that Vegas is not racist. Y'all dumb as fuck and you sound so oblivious to what the fuck is going on. Because as you can see, ain't none of these corporations in good faith even has stepped out and been like, you know what, we stand with the Black Lives Matter. We stand with, you know, anti-black racism, and we're not gonna treat black folks like that. Most of these corporations don't give a fuck. I was watching on Willie D's channel how this brother, he got terminated for wearing a Black Lives Matter mask. First of all, none of the masks work anyway. Second of all, that lady was just being like that because she was practicing anti-black racism. That's what she was practicing. So y'all gotta understand what's going on and make it do what it do. Shout out to everyone that's staying on code, ordering from a black business. Man. Look, if you can spend your money on bullshit, then you can spend your money on the black business. And for all y'all niggas, stop waiting for a nigga to do it for you. God damn. Go do it yourself. If you're here for black business, and look, people pay for things that are important to them. So if it's important, you'll buy it. Stop waiting for somebody to send you the info and do it and buy it for you. And stop all that. Black folks, stop doing that shit. It don't take a nigga no time to go find some pussy holes. So I don't understand why when it's real shit, real information, motherfuckers be like, hey man, yeah, man, check that out for me, man, and let me know. Nah, go get it, get off all that. We gotta move past that, and that's from trauma. We feel like things that are not really important to us, we want somebody to spoon feed it to us, and then pussy, which is very important to a nigga's sexual desire, nigga ain't gotta spoon feed that to him, nigga go get it. And it's like, god damn, man. You tell a motherfucker, hey man, go check this out, woo woo, but then 10 months later, motherfucker still talking about, hey man, so where you get that from? Man, you got the website, right? Yeah. Well, then go there, look at it, go look it up. Come on, man. Let's move past the bullshitting and procrastinating and all the other shit. And then the thing that I don't understand is we don't give people props who work hard and go get it. So shout out to all the motherfuckers that work hard, handle business, and do what they need to do to survive. Hey, for real. Man, there's so much going on. Like I always say, man, I'm gonna get into it. Look, first of all, let me tell y'all something. Anti-black racism is real. Stop acting like it's not. This is what they practice every day. This is what the dominant society practice. I don't care how much y'all march, whine, and repeat. That's why, as black folk, we need to be asking for reparations. We don't need to be asking for symbolism. Stop all that asking for symbolism, because while y'all asking for symbolism, these white race soldiers are out here still practicing the same type of anti-black racism, choking niggas up, killing niggas, allowing other white supremacists to open fire against other black people. Stop. That's why I'm so critical on us supporting our own. And when somebody give you some information, either you're gonna take it or leave it alone. Don't just sit on the information and be lazy. It's like motherfuckers are lazy. And the reason why I say that is because I've been around a lot of people where it's like, when you tell them something, they don't listen to it. Even with the sock shit. I was telling a young brother this for like 2 years at the court plantation. Then all his friends was on stock the whole fucking time. Then he felt dumb because all his friends been on stock, been buying, been doing all that shit. And I had to tell the young brother, I told you that 2 years ago. You could have had your portfolio popping right now. But niggas don't want to listen. And it's like, while y'all not listening, they killing us. So that's why I'm like, man, stop being so lazy when it comes to things so simple as Googling a website, finding out where the shit is at. Damn, it don't take niggas long to find out where no Jordans are. Don't take niggas long to find out where the swap meet is, so you get you a t-shirt or some khakis or some tangible clothes, then we can get that right away. But when it comes time to get things that benefits us as a community, like supporting the black business, here we go, bullshitting and sitting on the website. Man, I'm not with that shit. Motherfucker tell me about a book, I'm gonna go get it. Motherfucker tell me about a website where I go get something like something as good as CMOS, I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna go check it out. Somebody telling me about a natural herbalist or something, hey man, well let me check it out. We won't buy from our natural black herbalist, but we gonna get vitamins from Walmart. First of all, the vitamins from Walmart ain't that potent. Second of all, I would much rather get my vitamins from a natural herbalist, especially a black natural herbalist that's going to help provide information, tell us what we need. But a lot of times, I'll just say this, a lot of times, I feel like we don't take each other serious because we don't have intrinsic value in each other. We don't. I was talking about that shit on Twitter yesterday. We was all, just the people that we was, chopping it up with. And I was like, man, there's one brother, he just was like, man, we don't know. A lot of black folks don't know. The thing that I notice about us black folk, we will bang Christianity into another nigga's brain. We'll go out of our way to argue a nigga down about Christianity. But when I tell a nigga, hey man, I got these natural herbs from a natural herbalist, motherfucker be like, oh man, I'll check it out later. But you'll go sit up in the church and be hypnotized by some shit that has been passed down that really does not benefit us at all. It just doesn't benefit us all. And the reason why I say it's no diss. I love my Christianity folks because it ain't about that. And I'm not dissing Christianity. I'm not dissing Islamic faith. I'm not dissing none of that. I got love for all my black folk that in religion. But I feel like we will fight for that, but we won't even fight for our own community. We won't even fight to keep places like Black and Noble popping. We won't even fight to keep places like Tahuti Ma'ab Rock. It's like, come on, man. Like, damn. God damn. Like, these are, first of all, I got Tahuti Ma'ab Rock's vitamins. Them shits is very potent. Very, very potent. And I got some sea moss from blackandnoble.com. Got soap from them. I got other things. Yeah, I know black businesses. Hey, it doesn't always work out. Freedom Paper Company, I still haven't got some of my orders from them. But I'm not gonna put them on blast and some fuck shit. Behind the scenes, I'm gonna just go and just try to figure it out. But if there's a miscommunication, that doesn't mean we lose faith in black businesses. I just feel like we don't take it serious. And while we don't take it serious, these race soldiers are still out here practicing anti-black racism at all costs. And that's what irritates me about my people. It starts from family. It starts from the socialization. Like I tell people, trauma. Black folks have dealt with so much trauma in the past, especially if you were 70s and the 80s baby. 60s, yeah, not too much, but 70s and 80s babies, man, it's a lot of trauma. That's the crack era. It's a lot of trauma on us. And we just kind of look over that trauma and be like, oh, well, it is what it is. No, not really. You got to start holding people accountable. You got to hold your parents accountable. Hey, what's going on, Shawnee? I see you. Straight up, man. Which brings me to my point. David Offender, whatever his name is, this white race soldier. See, now, we just had the George Floyd incident. We had the Breonna Taylor incident. Mike Brown, all these people, all these alligator rolls from Congress and state senators and all these people, then you had the Juneteenth bullshit going on. So you had all that symbolism, right? So we gonna symbolism y'all black folk to death, right? And then a race soldier just does it again. First of all, that same race soldier was beating the shit out of this young black brother in 2014 and got acquitted. Now he's busted on video again doing the same thing. That's why I be so mad at my people for not wanting to do something as simple as just supporting a black business, man. God damn. And taking the initiative to go out of your way to support us and stop hating and stop kind of lackluster. And the thing that I'm starting to learn is we gotta stop posing. Stop perpetrating, stop posing. Look, if you buying books, read them motherfuckers. I don't care if it's 1 page a day. Don't get no book to pose so you can look smart to people. Fuck that. You get these books so you can learn from it. So you can understand what the fuck is going on. You know what I mean? I was watching this thing right now. I'm gonna play this thing. This motherfucker just straight out just brutalizing this brother. Here, let me play it right now, man. I gotta play it. David Offender. That's why I changed the thumbnail on my YouTube page, just so you can get a good look at who the fuck he is.
It's all right. I got just stay back. Well, I'm just trying to go. You guys are safe.
Yo, stop choking him, bro.
You guys can record.
Yo, stop choking him. Yo, he's choking him. Let him go, bro.
Got him. He's out. He's out.
He's
out. Look.
Back up.
Officer. Look at this. He's out. Look. Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you, Alfredo. Fuck.
Now, that's disturbing video was David Offender, or whatever the fuck that race soldier's name is, choking the fuck out of a black brother. Now, that should go viral. Now, with that being said, why the fuck are you coons and fucking Sambos trying to shake hands with these race soldiers and give him water and placate to these senators and congressmen and all these people like Keisha LaMamie Bottoms? See? And then somebody just got killed out there in Atlanta. And now look, now what you gonna say? Anytime a motherfucker bring Lakeisha Mammy Bottoms Up, y'all know what music y'all need to play. Because I'm going to tell you right now, man, that's what is irritating me so much. Is because we are so quick to take on the symbolism of anti-black racism. So they'll put on the Kente cloth. What's going on, Tommy? I see you. They'll put on the Kente cloth. They'll Wakanda, put the fist up. I don't care about all you white folks and all you other racial groups putting up the fist. That means nothing if you're not fighting for reparations for our people. If you're not fighting, when you get on those corporate plantations and you are allowing your other white buddies to practice anti-black racism and you're not checking it, then you're complicit. White silence is anti-black racism. So don't go out there and march and want to repeat with my people, and then you go to your cubicle and you know Bob from marketing is practicing anti-black racism against Lakeisha or John Tavis or whatever. If you know that, then use your white privilege and be like, hey, that's wrong, but you're not gonna do that. See, when they start bringing out these corporations, and that's when you're gonna see a lot of change too. When motherfuckers start calling out a lot of these people that are at the helm of them. Stop all this Black Lives Matter. I don't give a motherfucker about no goddamn Black Lives Matter, and you still got police officers choking niggas to death and beating the fuck out of niggas because you don't like niggas. I don't give a fuck if a police officer do stop and try to talk and be cool and all that. No, their bottom line is to protect that blue line. The fraternal order police is real. Anti-black racism is real. And I don't understand why we as people will, act like it don't exist and give water and do the two-step with them and bankhead bounce with them and do all this other shit. And then you got all these black celebrities coming out and, don't stop the violence and all that. Look, let me tell you how they feel about y'all. What Madonna did shows us exactly how they feel about us. Madonna had her black adopted son dancing to Michael Jackson when George Floyd got killed, talking about, what are you doing? That's because that's accepted. Because nobody on her level, no black person, will pull Madonna's coattail and be like, bitch, what the fuck are you doing? Somebody just got killed. Why you got your son out here dancing? First of all, why do you think that's even appropriate? Because most white folk and most other racial groups do not respect black folk in its entirety. They don't care. They don't care to respect us. That's the problem. They're not looking to respect us. This is entertainment for most white folk. This is entertainment for most Latino folks and everyone else. They just kind of sitting back and watching. And they're waiting for this to pass and move forward. And once it moves forward, then it's going to be back to normal. I was watching this thing today about Miss Virginia, about this black lady, Virginia Walden. She was trying to get things changed in the school district. And one of the black congressmen, a black woman, the same woman who played Maddie Moss Clark, she's a good actor. She just was a hater in there. And how many, look, the institution of racism, white supremacy is a fucking team sport. It's a team sport. Black Labor, White Wealth, Go Get It by Dr. Claude Anderson. If you have not read this book or don't plan on reading it, then just don't even talk to me, man. For real. Because so many black folk think that it's not a team sport, and they will go out of their way to sow discord and be a disruptor in a movement. And I mean, look at the situation. You got all these mammies, Sambos, Coons, Steven from Django's, telling about the gunline bosses, Hayward Shepherd ass motherfuckers who will join these Antifa groups and all these other groups and be thinking, yeah, they for us. No, they're not for you. They're using our movement to fund and use that energy to fund their movement. A lot of those white people out there that was tearing up shit, they just anti-government. They don't give a fuck about no black folk. That's why when you start talking about reparations, a motherfucker go away. Why is it we talking about everything but reparations? Let me ask y'all that question. Ask that question to anybody. When you dealing with any other racial group and they get to talking like they for you, be like, yeah, well then if everybody for us, then why don't they get reparations? The first thing another racial group gonna say, well, y'all, like, why do y'all feel like y'all deserve reparations? That should tell you exactly what you need to know. Because most other racial groups feel like What do they need to give y'all some shit for? That's why I'm like, look, don't fall for this shit. These race soldiers are not gonna stop killing niggas. They're not gonna stop shooting people. They're not going to stop assisting white supremacists on lynching us. Why, Warren? Just do the history on J. Edgar Hoover and the FBI. That's all I gotta say. Just do the history. Do the history. You do that history, that'll show you exactly how they feel about us and how they've always felt about black folk. Trust and believe you me, law enforcement is full of racist, white supremacist people. Hell, the black people are black people on the police, anti-black racism. Black people on the court plantation, they worse than white people. Why you say that, Warren? Man, look, I've worked plenty of jobs and I've had plenty of black supervision, and they've all been Sambos and coons and fucking mammies. I'm just telling you the truth. That's what they have been the whole fucking time. And that ain't gonna change. And people be like, oh yeah, no, it's not. Look at Candace Owens. That is about the biggest mammy I've ever seen in my life. My gift to her would be Little Miss Buttersworth syrup or some ancient mammy syrup. Because that's all she is. That is all she is a mammy. And a lot of people are like that. And that's exactly why a lot of white folk, as a whole, they look at us and they'll pick out these Sambos and be like, well, why you can't be like him? That's why people like Terry Crews need to be discarded and be like, nah, bro, you can't come back over here. See, what happens is black folk, they get accustomed to a lifestyle, or they want that lifestyle. So they'll gut and do shit to you that is harmful to the community, not just you. And it's traumatizing. And you don't even know where it's coming from because you're like, well, damn, they look like me. Why would they do that? Man, I've had so many of those supervisors. Y'all just don't know. Young, old. For the most part, almost every black person that's been in a leadership position above me, they just always turn out to be a Sambo or a coon or straddle the fence. You know what I mean? And I get it. Because you got to make your money and you things you got to do. But some of them was just going out of their way. I remember one black supervisor I had, this bitch told me to be like a white boy. Straight up. Straight the fuck up. This is why it says, this is what it says in Amazon. Currently available. We don't know when or when's up. Black Letter White World. Where else can I try? Aren't they changing the, ain't your mama's syrup name? Yeah. Hey, you know what? That's so funny you say that. Not to change subject, but let me tell you about black, knowing thyself and black education and self-education. Go on Amazon.com and see if you can find a book on black people. This shit is sky high. Or it's unavailable. It's either sky high, you can't find it. You're going to have to go on powernomics.com. Powernomics.com. And I forgot what... I think it's powernomics.com, and then you can order the book from Dr. Claude Anderson. I just got it from, Amazon, because I got Amazon Prime, so I just got it from him. But I'm glad I got my book from him a minute ago. Because you're not going to be able to find a lot of these black books and black authors because they done raised the price so much. Because everything is focused on black people. So now, now you do. You're going to have a lot of black folks out. Look, Shawnee, Tamisha, let me tell y'all this. You about to have a lot of black folks that ain't never read shit. Now they're going to try to order up a whole bunch of shit and try to tell you about racism. Watch. You want to bet? You'll have a lot of white people trying to go read one book and try to tell you about racism. Because now you can't deny what anti-black racism is now. Now you can't deny it. So now motherfuckers going to go out and rush and hurry and try to go get a book because they're going to want to be a part of the now. They're going to want to know what's going on. They're going to, so they can have those uncomfortable conversations that make you feel comfortable. Because that's all it's about. Because I was reading this one book, Black Labor, White Wealth, by Dr. Claude Anderson. And yeah, man, it says a lot about slavery. And people going to take vested interest in slavery. Stop it. When you used to bring up slavery before, what was the first thing a white person would say? You guys always bring up slavery. That happened so long ago. And then when you start educating them like, hey, well, no, slavery really didn't end until like the 1930s. What are you talking about? Then a motherfucker, yes, the hardcover is almost $200 on Amazon. Exactly. That book that I show every week. Man, I got that book on Amazon for $21. And Amazon is, and that's what I like about Jeff Bezos and them. They think they slick too. They so full of goddamn shit. They're fucking the authors, and then which makes the author have to charge more just so they can get it to you. Man, stop. That's why I tell you all the time. Stop telling your kids they can be like Jeff Bezos. That's the only thing I look, stop. Jeff Bezos is white and inherited $350,000, which equates to $3.5 million today. Stop. In the 80s. Stop it. Jeff Bezos was not poor, and neither was his family. So this system is designed for him. So I'm not giving him a hand clap on something that was designed for him. Y'all stop going to these corporate plantations and praising these and exalting these white executives like they somebody of importance. Stop. The system is designed for them. So why you pray? It's almost like you praising Cesare Borgia. That's why I get irritated when religious black groups, they will go out of their way to, you're going to go to hell and you got to get right with God and all this other stuff. And then when you be like, hey man, you check out these herbs from Tahuti Mara? No, but we got this chicken fat back for you to eat and we want you to eat these pork chops. I was like, man, nigga, what? You know what I mean? And it's like, I'm not trying to argue with my religious brothers and sisters, but more than Jesus said, it's going to cut it. We got to understand this shit too. These black churches need to start educating our black youth about what anti-black racism is, what these race soldiers are doing in law enforcement, how they are treating us. Powernomics.com. That's the name. And how these race soldiers are treating us, the laws. Get you a Black's Law dictionary so you can kind of know what the fuck is going on. Study a little bit of law, read. Because let me tell you something. Go on Amazon.com right now and buy a book. Man, these books are a grip. I'm talking about, I would have never known that these books was going to go. One book, this police book I wanted to get, that book is $90. I'm like, man, I'm not paying no motherfucking $90. Now, goddamn. But I know why they doing that. Inflation. Well, we going to charge, but we going to charge. Plus, it's about the black movement now. But trust me, don't let these people fool you about no damn black movement. I bet you ain't no black movement at that corporate plantation you working out. I bet you a motherfucker ain't said shit about no goddamn black lives and none of that shit. They still treat you fucked up and let you fuck up and see if you being black get you a get out of jail free pass. Hell no. They'll walk you off that job in a minute. So let these people fool you. As you got David Offendor or whatever the fuck his name is, using illegal deadly force on a black brother till he's passed out. And nobody's saying anything. They too busy wanting to make speeches about, oh, you know, the police force, you know, they can't treat us like animals and all that. Man, look, first of all, these race soldiers are fully aware of what they're told to do. Their police chiefs and captains have already instructed them to use prejudice when you're on the streets, use anti-black racism, and practice that every day. That's why only we are the ones getting killed. So don't let anyone tell you to go vote. Fuck a vote. Vote for what? Know what you're voting for. Don't let these people fool you and scare you into voting for Joe Biden just because Donald Trump is the boogeyman to them. Stop it. Let Donald Trump be the racist man that he is, but let him practice that racism with all the other racial groups, not just black folk. See, that's why every other racial group don't like Donald Trump, because he's spreading that racist love around. He ain't just focusing on niggas. He's spreading it around to all these Latinos and everybody else. And that's why now everybody's like, we got to get Trump out of here. No, we don't. We ain't got to do a motherfucking thing but stay black and die and wait for our reparations. That's why if you notice the other racial groups, they not talking about reparations. If anything, they're deflecting from reparations and talking about symbolisms. Changing one little law or naming it police reform. Police reform ain't nothing but them rewriting and restructuring the laws to keep police safe where they cannot be prosecuted, giving it another name, remixing it, packaging it up another way, presenting it to dumb black folk like they've done something to help, and they really haven't. Stop. Let these people fool you, man. Look, let me tell you something. If you are black in white America, you are a prisoner of war. And right now, they don't want to give you credit for building the country. They don't want to give you credit for the civilization you know, and the impact that you had on this civilization, they don't want to give you credit for nothing at all. If you notice, they're sliding past all the trauma and oppression that has been inflicted on black folk the last 450 years. And they just want motherfucker to just forgive and forget it. Just be like, okay, well, no, okay, well, we can move on. Give us the reparations you owe us, and then I'll gladly move the fuck on. Matter of fact, you'll never see me again. You'll see me doing my podcast, and now we can openly discuss how we feel about anti-black racism. I'm pretty sure more black folk, if they got their reparations, they got their money, some black folks would just be a coon and Sambo because they're naturally just that. I think most black folk that work on these corporate plantation jobs, the minute they heard that they were getting reparations for 5, 6, 7 million, they would tell all those white people at their job to kiss their black ass and fuck you, you racist son of a bitch. And they would never talk to these motherfuckers again, and they'll never come around them again. It's just hard because white folks, they're the dominant society, and they've made it this way where we are totally dependent on their system. It's by design. And don't ever think that it isn't. What do you think I said? I had a black woman told me to be like white men. Well, you need to be more like him, man, because he's going places. Bitch told me I wasn't going to never do, you know, if I don't get my education, so you know, then you're never going to make over $8 an hour and all this other shit. And I'm just looking like, damn, I can't believe this black brother's telling me this shit. We supposed to be on the same team. But when you're a Sambo and you're a mammy and you're going to conform, and then what was so funny was that bitch did all that talking, all that shit talking to me. Then them white folks, the dominant society turned around and fuck you nigga bitch and fired that bitch too. And replaced her too. And then all of a sudden bitch want to come back talking about, oh yeah, you know how they do us. No, I don't know how they do us. That's the problem. As long as black folk is getting something from the dominant society, they're not going to really be forthcoming on what they don't like about the dominant society. Until the dominant society kicks them in their teeth and takes a shit down their throat, then that's when they're like, fuck them up, fuck them crackers and, you know, fuck all that. But they not talking that. Look, let me tell you something. Most black folk have to conform to the dominant society if you work in corporate America, corporate plantation. It's the truth. There's no other way around. And most racial groups have to conform. Most racial groups you see, they can tote their Mexican flag and their Indian flag and their Senegalese flag and their Nigerian flag. But let's see how they act when they get in on the corporate plantation. When they get on the corporate plantation, what behavior do they mimic? The dominant white society. That's it. That's why on Twitter, you know, motherfuckers was trying to tell me, oh, well, you know, what was this motherfucker saying? Oh, well, you know, like you said, the Mexicans built this place. And all. I said, oh, you just trolling. Then he started naming specific states. Oh, well, you guys didn't build this state. And it's like, stop it, bro. Just stop. Stop. Stop it. White people so cold, they have a Columbus Day as if he discovered something on good goddamn well. But hey, if you keep pushing it out there, if you keep pushing that agenda that Columbus, first of all, Christopher Columbus was a mercenary who worked for the Spanish crown. And if you read They Came Before Columbus by Dr. Ivan Van Sertima, and I've been saying it every fucking week, it tells you in the book he was a mercenary and that he needed the Moors to get to America because he got lost. Because in the book, he had diaries and he would write in the diary of what the fuck was going on. And, you know, one time he got lost at sea for like days. He didn't even know where the fuck he was going at all. He didn't know where he was going, where he was heading. So what ended up happening was he needed the Moors. First of all, the boat that he was on, the Moors built. Facts. So he needed the Moors to get to the Americas, but he was trying to get to India. And that's why he named the so-called Native Americans Indians. He was trying to get to India. Isn't it funny how the dominant society gets somewhere and had another trying to name something? Well, I got a name for them. Devils, despicable, treacherous, shisty, satanic behavior. That's what they are. All wrapped into one. And the motherfucker get there, knowing he wasn't supposed to be there, lied to the Spanish crown, couldn't cultivate the land, almost died. That's why they got a book that you can't get, Columbus and Cannibalism. And I was trying to get that book. I can't even get the book. Because them motherfuckers was eating each other because they didn't know how to cultivate the land. They needed the Moors to do that, not the Indians. Well, yeah, you can say Indians. The Indians were Moors. Aboriginal indigenous native Moors. They know what it is. Stop. But they don't even tell their history in school. That's why a lot of these white people too will just spout what they've been told. And a lot of the times they'll spout the whole, oh, well, you guys, you needed us to make you guys slaves because you guys were just wild animals. And they just going by what they've been told. They don't know what the fuck is going on. They ain't read shit. Facts. He thought he was somewhere else. Lost cause. Exactly. He didn't even know where he was going. He didn't know where he was going. And then when he got there, he tried to play a trick with the Moors. Then he tried to play a trick with the so-called Native Americans. And first of all, let me tell you something about the Indians. The 1866 treaty is in, I think, Black Labor, White Wealth or Powernomics. Is in one of these books. How in the 1866 treaty, we're supposed to get some of those reparations that those Indians get. But see, the Indians was catching slaves and returning them to white folks as well. Let me see. See, this is what I got. The myth of hard work. This is in Black Labor, White Wealth. This is on page 98. The moral value of work was promoted under the agnosis of Puritan ethics that most early colonial settlers preached about, but not practiced. The intense labor demands on the New World require most settlers to work, but contrary to the moral myth, they tried to avoid work by forcing others to do it for them. While they took the credit and the profits, white society was especially adept at avoiding certain kinds of work when blacks were present. Since hard labor and of itself did not convey nor confer dignity, they did not want blacks to see them doing lowly work. Arduous work carried a low status and was routinely avoided by the whites who preferred being seen in a management capacity. Black Labor, White Wealth. The white Southerners' disdain for hard work was commonly accepted in and around immigration ports. Stanley Leggebor, in his book, The Americans, an economic record, supported the common impression that if anyone was lazy, it was more likely the enslaved rather than the enslaved. The economic record. Yep. And I think I got that in my cart, if I'm not mistaken. I think I got that shit in my cart, in my Amazon cart. Gotta go look, man, you can just randomly turn to a page in Dr. Claude Anderson's book and it'll piss you off. Because he was a statistician on slavery and the money that they made off it. He was a natural statistician. He just broke that shit down in layman's terms. That's why all these celebrities like black folks don't vote. Then you got Ocasio, Alexandra Ocasio, whatever the fuck that bitch's name is. She always sneaking in immigration and the Latino community and all that. See, they gon' hide under the auspices of Black Lives Matter when really they pushing a whole nother agenda. Then you got the LBGTQ, LMNOZ, Man, we ain't got time for that shit. I mean, they just straight co-opted the shit and turned it to some other shit. But why are they not talking about how that black trans woman in Chicago got killed by that Hispanic brother? Why they not talking about that? I know why they're not talking about it, because it don't matter to them, because they don't care. They know what they care about. Let me see. That's why I'm about to go in here right now. And this guy, and man, let me tell you something, man. I'm glad I got the books that I got, because goddamn, you can't get a motherfucking book on Amazon under $20. I mean, they wrong for that shit. When in 2014 and 2015, I was buying books for $5 and $6. But back then, the racial climate wasn't the way it is now. Now it's like forced upon everybody. And now you got a lot of these posers that's gonna go out and buy one book that's 30 pages, and they gonna read that book and have a nerd to run around here trying to talk to you about racism. Stop. Y'all know how that shit go. Let's see. And let me see. Economic record. Let's see. No, that ain't. What to see? Let's see. Oh, the Americans. Let me see. My bad, y'all. I'm just adding this to my motherfucking my cart. But yeah, man, we gotta be on top of that shit. That's why I get mad when I tell people about certain things and I don't get mad, I just get irritated. If I tell you about something and it's a black business, support it. We all we got. I'm not saying spend your last, but think about it. A lot of niggas will spend their last on everything. Niggas spend their last on pussy. Niggas spend their last on drink. Niggas spend their last on weed. Niggas spend their last on clothes, cars. And then when you be like, hey man, you know what I'm saying? You want to get these vitamins? Woo. Ah, nah, man, I ain't fucking with that shit. That nigga charged too much and all that. First, it's like, damn. You know what I'm saying? And niggas will go pay all this money for some Gucci shit or some Louis Vuitton shit. Y'all motherfuckers better stop watching these motherfuckers like Tamar Braxton. Tamar Braxton looked like a goddamn man. She looked like a Cabbage Patch. She like a bald-headed Cabbage Patch doll. The black one. Without the hair. That's what she looked like. Better stop falling behind these women that think that they're not pretty without all that Botox and all that. That's what white people do. Melanin don't need that type of shit. But see, you doing that shit, you gonna tear up your shit for real. See, you look, and you look at all these women. I look at all these women on TV. These women are not happy at all. Don't let that be your driving force. I gotta look this way and all that. Look, man, that's what white people are doing. We can't be like them, and they definitely can't be like us. You gotta know what it is, man. I just get tired of, watching my people. We argue, we fuss, we fight. I'm a Muslim. I don't know. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Nigga, they out here killing us. So it doesn't matter who you are. You feel me? You better have a plan to unite. That's the problem. Motherfuckers don't want to unite. Us not uniting, we allowed them to take over Egypt, and then now they want to make it seem like Egypt ain't in Africa. And then all these Egyptians want to look at niggas like they not niggas. You feel me? Stop. It's about education, man. Educating yourself. You know what I mean? Let me tell you, yes, some of the stuff too. Much makeup and too much cover your original self is a cry for help. That's a fact, man. You know, and a lot of it is too, because it's the pressure to perform. It's the pressure to be on TV. It's the pressure to look a certain way. It's the pressure to act a certain way. You know, then you got Black Hollywood. Then you got the gatekeepers in Black Hollywood. And you got, man, fuck all these motherfuckers, man. They ain't nothing but black bourgeoisie and boule motherfuckers that, they want to keep it, in my opinion, a certain way to make sure the status quo stays the status quo. They don't want to change shit. You say why, Warren? Because I know it. I know it for a fact. Motherfuckers don't want to change shit. Let me see. The Americans by Stanley Leager. They don't even have this book in here. Let me see. I'm just looking up this book. I'm looking up this book on Amazon right now, man. These motherfuckers. Let me see. Stanley. Thank you. This book is $39. God damn. And I know I do got it in my car. God damn, man. Let me tell y'all something, man. Not only is reading fundamental, reading is about to be a crime again. Shit. Reading is about to be like, they about to make it where reading becomes super expensive. And I know why they gonna do that. Because they know niggas will go buy George instead of buying a book. Because it was easy for me to buy books. Books was like $10. Look, Tommy Shashani, let's keep it a buck. Whoever's listening, let's just go back 5 years. We don't got to go 10. Let's go back 5. Let's go 5 and 7 years. Now, 5 years ago, 2015, I was buying books 2015. Books was on, especially on Amazon, books was not going for no 30 and 40 bucks. Some books were, books that weren't, you know, the popular books, but the more popular books was going for like $10, $8. Like I said, Dr. Claude Anderson's book, Powernomics, was $21. Black Labor White Wealth was like 12 bucks. Literally, it was like $12. Dr. Frances Welsing's book, the ISIS Papers, that book was like $12. It was like $9.99 or some shit. Now Tamisha is saying that Powernomics is fucking $200 on Amazon. What kind of shit is that? They know what the fuck they doing. I know what they doing. They gonna price you out the game, make you where you don't want to read. And then you're gonna be like, man, reading is a grip. That's why I tell people, when you buy a book, don't give it to nobody. And give, unless it's a family member that you know is gonna return it, just suggest the books. Don't give it to nobody. I gave 2 books. The only book I got back was the book that I loaned to my nephew. He gave me my books back, and he went and bought his own books like he was supposed to do. But I gave 2 books, Powers of Your Subconscious Mind and The Law of Magnetism. Never got my book back. Never said thank you, nothing. You know me just trying to show Young Black, but that's all right, man, because I buy those books again. I ain't tripping off that shit, but I will never loan out any books again. And if you don't want to read, you don't want to read. And to the simple fact of this, that's exactly why Warren don't fuck with niggas. Sorry. For the most part, I got love for my brothers and sisters, but my black folks that don't handle business, don't want to take the time to read. I'm not saying you got to read 5 hours a day, but don't want the time to look past certain things and want to just get your information from CNN. And if one more motherfucking person talking about, man, we got to get Trump out of here. And I was like, man, what the fuck is wrong with y'all, man? Another book, Real Inequality, Hollywood Gatekeepers by Nancy Yank. Real Inequality. Hey, I think that's in my, cause you know I know if y'all got Amazon, they'll, algorithm-wise, they'll just send you books. They'll email you certain books that you might like. So I think I got that book. Here, let me see. Let me see, Real Inequality. You gotta keep these books, man. Let's see, Real Inequality, Hollywood Gatekeepers, Real Inequality. So, Real Inequality, how Hollywood actors and racism. Good looking out. Oh, and you know what? I think this one they emailed, hey Shawnee, I think they emailed me something like this. What is it by, let me see, I can't. By Yang something, or there it go, by Nancy Wang Ewing, or whatever, okay. Yep, I'm gonna add it to my cart, but see, because a lot of times, when you start getting books about racism, they will just algorithm, and they'll just start sending you books. That's how I got Slavery by Another Name. That's how I ended up with the Prince of Darkness, Jeremiah Hamilton. They just was sending it to me. Oh yeah, I'm reading. Oh yeah, this is definitely a book. Cool. Oh, this is a good little book, about 208 pages for sure. Good looking. Hollywood actors and racism. Yeah. Good looking out. Cause I'm always looking. Every day is a school day. I just use the Dr. Frances Welsing, Dr. Claude Anderson, Michelle Alexander, those type of people, those are like my Bibles. Those are things that you can always go and reference and be like, nah, man, you need to read that. Because that pack of books, especially Dr. Claude Anderson's, if you get the Black History Reader, I just got to get Dirty Little Secrets 1 and 2. If I get Dirty Little Secrets 1 and 2, I'll have his library pack. Because it's very, very imperative that we understand what the fuck is going on, man. We can't. How long do y'all think y'all gonna be able to just, and I'm not talking to Shawnee now, I'm talking to niggas that don't want to read nothing. Have y'all ever been around motherfuckers they just want to watch TV? I'm talking about but believe in it and don't know how to pull abstract things out of it. Like when you watch CNN done went back to reporting the COVID-19 shit. If y'all have not noticed, the states have been going up in cases and shit because they're trying to tank the economy. That's what they're trying to do. That's their goal. That's their mission. That's why I've been telling everybody, go get on that stock. I'm not saying go spend all your goddamn money on the stock. Go get on the stock. If you can't spend nothing but $20 every 2 weeks, that's $20 every 2 weeks. So what? It's every 2 weeks, 4 weeks in a month. So 20. How many months is in a year? 12. What is that, $120, $200, some shit a year in stock? Fine, that's better than nothing. You gonna spend that on weed, liquor, restaurants, movies. It's just you gotta know how to discipline. And I think a lot of us black folk, it's so much trauma. Like I said, when a black woman tell you, or a black person tell you gonna be like a white person, you have to dissect it and understand exactly what the meaning was. And it depends on how they say it. They could be like, look at how those white people conduct themselves and they're not emotional. That's different. Then you need to be like that white person because they're going to school and all that. Because a lot of times we want to be like them. And it comes out. It comes out in our envy. That's why I always say, nigga, if you're a finesse and you sit around the house and you don't do shit all day, every day, but try to finesse people, you can't be mad at the next nigga that got his shit popping. You can't be mad at those people. I'm not mad at those people. I envy them in a good way for a lot of these people that don't got to work at a corporate plantation and in business for themselves and they don't really have to deal with it. But is it a harder grind? I'm pretty sure it's a much more harder grind than what we would even know or imagine. You know, I think for the most part, I will say this. The reason why I think that the books are more expensive and stuff like that, because racism, white supremacy is at an all-time high. It's put on blast. Anti-black racism is put on blast. So now people that have not read, now they're trying to go out and buy everything. Because now they want to kind of join, you know, especially motherfuckers, when they hear people like, yeah, you a coon, you a Sambo, woo, woo, woo. Motherfucker want to go out and go get those books because they want to know, like, why am I being called that? Or why am I being called a coon? Or why am I, you know, or what do they mean by this? Or why is racism this way? Because most black people are going by what they've been told racism is. They're not going by not just a learning experience, they're just going by what they've been told. I'm just being dead ass. And you got a lot of these black people, you got a lot of these black folks and black brothers that, like me, I got a whole bunch of different type of associates from all different racial groups. But I'll tell you this, they know they can't play that anti-black racism shit with me because I'm going to nip it in the bud immediately. They know that. Even on the corporate plantation. I'm not no joker. Motherfuckers they will not bring that shit up around me because I've learned in my studies how to make people look dumb. That's why I said one time when a person was like, well, why are they marching? All lives matter and all that. And I said, I really want you to keep that belief system because I don't think you should change it. I think that's what you should keep. But until you are black in this country and you know the history of this country towards black people, it's very hard for you to have that judgment on a movement when you're not black and you don't know the history of what's been going on with black people in this country. See, because a lot of white people and a lot of other racial groups, they don't want to know the history because they don't care about what happened 400 years ago. So in their mind, they're like, why are people complaining about that? Because you're at an advantage and black folks are at a disadvantage. It's not advantageous for white people to want equality and want reparation for black folks because then we will be equal. And most white people, in my honest opinion, and who I've dealt with, the majority of them, they don't feel good unless they telling a nigga what to do. Straight up. They ain't telling no black person what to do or nitpicking everything a black person do, then I know they felt like their day is not complete because they've had it this way all their life. And then when they do one little thing that really has not moved black people forward one iota, but if they do one little thing for black folk, man, they want to pat themselves on the back. They want praises. They want to, wave like they on the fucking, campaign trail. That's how they want to treat black folk. They have what I like to call the Dutch Schultz mentality. Go watch Hoodlum in 98, 97 with Lawrence Fishburne and Cicely Tyson and all them. Go watch Hoodlum, a very, very good movie. Anti-black racism all up and down that movie. Very much anti-black racism. And Dutch Schultz he didn't like niggas, but he had a nigga working for him. And he treated niggas like shit. And he treated the nigga that worked with him like shit. And he ate the sandwiches that he was eating. And then when he got done with the sandwiches, after he picked over him and scratching his balls and digging in his booty and shit, he told the nigga, hey man, take the sandwich home to your kids. And the nigga tells him, the dude's name was Bub, he told him, nah man, I'm okay, Dutch. He said, hey, take the fucking sandwiches home to your fucking family. And then he was laughing because he was making the black dude look dumb in front of another anti-black racist motherfucker, white supremacist. And then the black dude told him, thanks, Dutch. He said, oh, it ain't fucking nothing. And had a smirk on his face. And the actor's name was Tim Roth, by the way. Oh, he played one hell of a Jew. Because that's how they really treated niggas back in the day. Motherfuckers just don't. People just don't want to put it out there. That's why them Jews like, you're anti-Semitic. No, I'm not. I never called y'all name. I'm not being oppressive towards Jewish people. I'm not Hitler. What are you talking about? No, I'm just calling you out on your anti-black racism and your participation in the Atlantic slave trade. And you don't like it because the Jewish community, white people, Jewish community, they want to act like they've been absolved from racism. Like they don't treat black people like that. Man, please don't allow me to call my first witness, Donald Sterling, and my second witness will be the NBA. How Donald Sterling called black folks all kinds of niggas and fuck these niggas and not getting their lifestyle and fuck these niggas. Fuck Magic Johnson. He ain't done shit for the black community. Fuck that nigga. And then they took the team from him, but they gave him like $999 million or some shit. Then after that, they sold it to another white Jewish man. But the NBA care about black people? Stop. The NBA stands for nothing but assholes. That's what it stands for. Stop it. Motherfuckers don't care about no niggas. Period. Go watch Uncut Gems. Adam Sandler had a very, very good interpretation of how the Jewish community really is. How all these other racial groups are. Even when I was watching this show, Remy, how he wanted to date this black sister that was a Muslim. But like his family was showing hella anti-black racism. And, oh, I don't trust the blacks. And then the black sister was like, the black? Like, what is that? And then her sister was like, well, I don't trust no Arabs. And it's like, well, they're not Arabs, they're Egyptian, and Arab is not a race. It's like, man, but that's because history. We don't want to read. We don't want to sacrifice our time and be disciplined in what we do. Uncut Gems, you know what I liked about Uncut Gems? See, I always find something in it. This is what I liked about Uncut Gems. It showed the nature of the Jewish community. If you understand what I mean, Shawnee. It showed the nature of who they are. Do you understand what I mean? Like, do you really understand? Like, it just goes to show you that this book was correct. That's it. That's why I thank Adam Sandler for doing that movie. It showed exactly who they are. And you notice who they are got him killed in the end. Because he was shiesty all the way to the end. As he had his home life, then he had his side bitch, but they always want to liken a side woman to a black man. See, that's the things that I was picking up about Uncut Gems, is that how he really portrayed how their community is. Because you didn't see no black people. Only thing you saw black people doing was buying jewelry and shit and tricking off their money. Because that's what they really think about us. That's what they really think. That's what they really think. Die for money. Exactly. But hold on. Let's add to that in Uncut Gems. Not only did he die for money, he played a shiesty motherfucker through the whole movie. It wasn't like he was a nice guy. He played shyster the whole time. So he wasn't a nice guy. It wasn't like, oh, how sad. That's what he did. I said, oh, he got what he, see? Because he's shiesty. That whole community was, in my opinion. But I like how they depicted niggas, how we want to buy jewelry and all this other stuff. See, you got to look at that. That's hidden racism within that too. You know, how they just want to just buy jewelry and all this other stuff. It's like, you know, as these niggas is making Jacob the jeweler rich, you know, and all he doing is talking shit about niggas. Every other racial group has profited and has made money off of us. Just like I was watching Godfrey, how he was putting Justin Bieber. But see, that shit is old. Justin Bieber been making little slick jokes and shit. Making slick jokes and run nigga run and nigger this and nigger that, and he's been doing that. It's just nobody has really even said anything, and Usher co-signed him. See, that's the thing. We got to look at our people because we see the bigger picture, and that's money. So we want to co-sign the white people. We want to bring the white people over to our neighborhood so we can make money off them because we're looking at money. And then the record labels are looking at money. That's how it goes, man. Like I always talking about Pink's ugly, big nose ass. That Miss Piggy looking bitch, you know she wasn't gonna make it on her side of the woods. So she came over here singing black songs and shit. And then when she got to where she, you know, she had a household name for herself, then the bitch started making money. Then she started singing the song she really wanted to sing. I'm coming up, so you better get this party. Man, bitch, stop. Stop. I'm just tired of people using us. I'm tired of people taking art. Like, look, CMOS. Watch how many white folks be on CMOS now. Because of Dr. Sebi. Now everybody want to talk about Dr. Sebi, but when I be like, you know you got that from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, they be like, what? I didn't know he was in it. Yeah, he was Nation Islam. That's why a lot of his kids' names are Muslim names. Stop. Y'all just assume that he just know. Watch how many people be on CMOS and be on all these natural black herbalists. That's why I say, go get your Tahuti Ma'ara. Go get your blackandnoble.com CMOS. Go get your black soap. Go get those things. Support black businesses. Hey, we got to keep them afloat. I'm not making it seem like every day I'm buying some black person, but I do take the time to buy my vitamins. You know what I mean? Because I know with Tahuti Ma'ara, I'm getting the pure content of it. But I think a lot of the times is you'll learn a lot about a person by what they spend their money on. You'll learn a lot about a person by how they act on a corporate plantation and what they do and what their goals are. If you ask a person what their goals are, like what your goals, when them motherfuckers start saying, oh, I want to be the director of such, and I'll be like, okay, you one of them. You really think you got a shot in on this plantation. You trying to make it to the big house, ain't you? And I just kind of, hey, go ahead, do your thing. If that's what you want to do. You want to make it to the big house, go ahead and do your thing, player. But me, personally, I know that system is not designed for me. When you are a thinker outside of the box, see me, I would say The Secret Relationship Between Jews and Blacks, that was a very good book. But once I read the ISIS Papers, Black Labor, White Wealth, Powernomics, Think Like a Millionaire by Dr. Boyce Watkins, and The Black History Reader. Those were like one of my 5. Once I started, that really opened up my mind to what I needed to do and how I looked at things. You know what I mean? That's why now when you on a corporate plantation, you have to know how to navigate and move within that system. But that doesn't mean be emotional. That doesn't mean tell your personal business. You got to read the Compensatory Counter-Racist Code of Ethics. When you read those books, it basically tells you what it is. Nearly Fuller Jr. says that we are prisoners of war. One brother was trying to tell me, well, I don't believe in that because I'm not no victim. Okay, you're not no victim? Right. Ask Dr. Dre when they pulled up in his driveway and put his ass under arrest because a white person called the police on his black ass. And this is Dr. Dre, NWA Dr. Dre, billionaire Beats by Dre, billionaire Dre. This was after he had billions. and they still arrested this black ass. So stop this. Well, I'm not no victim. Okay, you not no victim? Right. Well, go jogging in Brentwood, nigga, and see if you not no victim or not. The goal should be to make sure your grandkids are wealthy and want for nothing and continue that pattern. Thank you for getting on that point. That's another thing that I had a conversation with. You know, I often tell people, and I'll tell people again, I love my mom dearly, but my mom did not handle business. She was very irresponsible when it came to generational wealth. Very, very irresponsible. No life insurance policy, no nothing. Just living life, having children, and not even worried about your kids. You know, most people don't talk about it, but I talk about it because I'm not happy about it. That's trauma. See, that's the socialization that we grow up with, thinking that that's okay. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't give a fuck. That ain't cool. That ain't cool. I'm probably one out of 6 siblings that have still to this day have grievances about that, because it is your job as a parent or a brother or a cousin. You educate. But my mom wasn't disciplined. And that's the thing that I learned. I don't give a fuck. That's why I'm all the way to the left. That's why I'm disciplined. That's why I got life insurance. That's why I got stocks, bonds, 401k, IRAs. That's why I got that, because I knew for a fact, just watching my parents, my mom, you know how many kids, parents ain't get life insurance policies? This is $10, $12 monthly that you can pay. I watch people in my family spend more money on cigarettes. Motherfuckers will have insurance on their phones, insurance on their cars, insurance and warranties on their refrigerators, on their tires. You get warranty on your tires, but you ain't gonna get no warranty on your life. So the next person that has to deal with that, you know, the next person that has to deal with it ain't struggling and ain't got to worry about paying all these bills and all that. That's because we as black folk, we have not been socialized to be financially stable, financially innate, and educated and understand what's going on. I'll be the mom boo, but don't blame her for understanding. She did a good job with you. Give her some props. Oh, I give her props. Oh, I'm always giving my mom props, but the thing that I learned from like Dr. Hiawatha Kamene, I was watching him on a podcast a while back, and he was like, what happens is we just love the good in our parents, and then the bad we just overlook, and it's trauma. And I was like, dang, that's deep, that's cold. And he was like, and you gotta learn from that trauma. And you have to understand that, yeah, they made mistakes there, but you have to talk about those mistakes amongst your family members so they can understand those are mistakes they don't want to repeat. So that's why. I just, like I said, hey, motherfuckers, I tell people, shit, nigga, wasn't no life insurance. I didn't really start understanding what life insurance was about until about 10, 12, 13 years ago. Then that's when I was like, oh, okay, life insurance, just in case something happened to me. And then it made sense when I saw them having a barbecue for Lil Kiki or a car wash for Lil John Tavius, because nobody has life insurance on him, and then he died, and then it cost 15 G's to bury him, and you don't want to cremate him, so you like, fuck, now I gotta raise all this money. But it's like, we'll have insurance on our phones and on our cars, but we won't have it on our life. And I tell people all the time, this is always a talking point that I talk to about younger brothers and sisters. Look, my mom's didn't have it. She didn't, because you understand, it takes a certain level of discipline. You have to be financially disciplined to get the stock, the bonds, the 401k, the life insurance, pay into these policies for years and years and years and years. You have to be financially disciplined, and you just have to be disciplined, period. And a lot of our parents lack that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not afraid to be like my mom. I gotta love my moms. I miss my moms every day, but the discipline wasn't there. So you gotta learn from that. And that's what I learned. I learned you gotta be disciplined. Because a lot of people, to me, that are successful, and I'm not talking about successful like they got money. I'm talking about people that have their own businesses and they don't have to report to no white racist person. They just got their own business. Yeah, they may not be making a whole lot of money, but they work for themselves. That's because they're financially disciplined. They're not bragging about going to all these different places all over the world and chilling and going to restaurants, and every time you look there on Instagram and all, they're not worried about all that because they have the discipline to survive. They have the discipline to make sure they're straight. They got the discipline that their little brothers and sisters and kids and grandkids will be all right, and that's what it's about. Hustling for your last name, not your first. Hustling for your family. Being the example so when they watch it, whether they agree with it or they don't, they can be like, well, damn, that nigga did it though. That's why I just try to, every day is a school day. Every day you're learning. So every day I try to learn and kind of like discipline. Sometimes you fall off and you're not as disciplined as you would like to be, but for the most part, you have to learn from the people that came before you. And what I've learned was my mom wasn't disciplined when it came to finances and making sure your kids are great and all that. No, my mom lacked that. So where she lacked it, that's where I need to pick up that torch and learn from it. And I preach that to anybody that's around me. That's why I told the young brother at the Gore Plantation, you better get on that stock and that bonds. You young, you 21 years old, bro. Said you same age as my nephew. You better get on that shit in the 401k and stocks and bonds right now. Because if you do that, and by the time you get my age, you'll have $400,000 or $500,000 in your portfolio. Now you're laughing at all your friends because now you can go borrow $100,000 and go start you a business. Start you a side of business and spend $30,000 on the business and just parlay on the other $70,000. You feel me? But we're not taught that, so we just assume that you just, hey, you get it like you live. You freestyle. Like I say, I always say, I'm not like the group Freestyle Fellowship out of California. I don't believe in freestyling. You gotta have a plan. A vision without a plan is just an hallucination. So if you don't have no vision, that plan isn't gonna work. And if you don't know how to take from your elders and the people around you, a smart person learns from their mistakes, but a wise person learns from others' mistakes. So are you smart? Are you wise? Because if you're wise, you're gonna learn from everybody's mistakes. And the one thing that I learned was you gotta be financially stable, financially disciplined, and you have to be financially secure. So you gotta understand what you're buying, know what's coming in, what's going out. You have to understand these things, man, because the way this economy goes, it goes up, it goes down. You don't wanna be one of those things where they're like, okay, they laying people off. Now you're like, fuck, I only got enough bread for a week. You know what I mean? You gotta be thinking down the line. And I think a lot of us, we're not self-secure enough to call out our parents or be like, oh man, they didn't teach me that. We just kind of want to hold in. Well, I'm not that nigga. No. I love my mom to death. I love her to death. But no, as far as discipline, no, she was not. And that's what I learned from. A vision without a plan is just an hallucination. Straight up. I got that from E40 water. Shit, straight up. And I never forgot that shit. That was on, God, Tell It Like It Is. One of them CDs that I had from like 10 years ago. And that's true. Vision without a plan is just an hallucination. That's what it is. And I think a lot of us, we don't want to learn from others' mistakes. We don't even, like I said, I watched. I just used my mom's as an example because I'm going to use something tangible, and I ain't tripping because it's, you got to keep it a buck. Hey, we will pay for insurance on our phone before we get life insurance. It's just the truth. It's just natural because that's how we've been socialized. And then when there's a death, we don't know what to do. Now we're scrambling. We don't know what's going on. How are we going to pay for this? How are you going to pay for that? And you have to learn from that. You got to learn from that trauma. You can't just walk over it like it wasn't there. You got to go back, learn from the trauma, learn from the mistakes. Okay, what did she excel? My mom excelled at having a vision. She always had a vision. There was no follow through. You know what I mean? And I think that's where I get the whole thing of being consistent. That's probably why I do a podcast every Saturday, every Sunday, every Tuesday, every Thursday. Consistency is the key. Because if you're not consistent, who's going to take you serious? If I did a podcast once every couple of months, nobody would ever listen to this shit. Shawnee wouldn't even be listening to this. I mean, nobody would be listening to this shit, but because it's consistent, and I'm talking about shit that is as real to us as it is to our family members, there's a common ground there. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's like consistency. It's the key. It's the key to all success. If you're not consistent and you don't work hard, you're not going to be successful in your own right. And success does not mean having millions and millions of dollars. Success means where you can take a little bit of bread, start your own business, work your corporate plantation job, do your other thing, then eventually you just working your business, then you don't even need that job no more. That's successful to me. A person that is working for themselves and not working for somebody else and making themselves wealthy and not them, that's all the success I need to see. You know what I mean? You just gotta be. That's why, look, I even look at certain shows. That's why when I watched Uncut Gems, I watch how they depicted black people. How Lakeith Stanfield was all my nigga and all this other stuff. Like, see, that depiction is how they depict us. But you notice when they depicted them, oh, they got their little yarmulkes on and they have their little businesses and they have their little communities. But, you know, they look at us as just sports players and niggas. You know what I mean? But we allow them to look at us like that because that's all we want to be seen as. That's why you got more niggas trying to be athletes and rappers and producers and all this other stuff than they are trying to learn our history. See, even if white folks don't know our history, they know enough about our history to know that we are deaf, dumb, and blind. So it's our job to go back and learn our history and apply it to our everyday life, and each one has to teach 21. That's the only way it's gonna work. If you don't teach what you know, then you're hoarding the knowledge. Then you just want these motherfuckers that just want to have a whole bunch of knowledge, don't want nobody to have shit. That's whack. That's why I love it when I get books from the podcast, because it's an equal medium of exchange. We're using this platform to exchange knowledge back and forth. Hey, go check out this book, Warren. Okay, cool. That's what I like. I don't like it where it's just, you know, I can't do, because I don't know shit. That's why this shit is no, I don't know, because I don't know. I don't know. I never claimed to be a professor or none of that. Now, one day, I don't want to be a professor as far as going to college and getting a degree. No, that's not my lane. But I want to be one of those motherfuckers that's well-read. I want to be one of the motherfuckers that done read 900 books, 1,000 books, 2,000 books, and got knowledge and is well-rounded. You like, nah, that nigga Warren done read some books, man. Real talk. You know what I mean? That's what I want to be. I would like to be that. I want to be that motherfucker in the bookstore. You walk in there like, hey, man, could you tell me about this book? Oh, yeah, man, I read that book, man. It's crazy. It's about woo-woo-woo. That's what I want. That's my goal. And my goal is to magnetize whoever's on that same page. That's why you always hear me say, I don't want no lazy, hateful motherfuckers around me that ain't trying to do shit with their life. I don't like inconsistent motherfuckers. Stay away from energy vampires. There's a book about that too. I got it in my car. Energy vampires are real. Motherfucker will come around you, drain you, your energy. They'll do a transference of energy, dump all their negative shit on you. And then before you know it, you all dealing with their problems. Don't deal with nobody's problems. Like I said, I'm not Phil Donahue. I'm not Oprah. I'm not Iyanla Van Zant. I'm not trying to fix your life because my life is in shambles. My problems are having problems. So I don't have time to be worried about your problems. That's why I don't really talk on the phone like that. I don't really answer my phone and other stuff like that, because a lot of the times people just want to call you with their problems. They don't want to call you to see how you doing for the most part. They just call you with problems. So my thing is, I figured, you know what, let me just remove myself, and a lot of it was my phone was fucked up, so in a way it was good. Now that I've learned to kind of just, nah, I'm cool, I'm good. And you'll learn that too, because energy vampires are real. So let this whole podcast be a lesson. While we out here not working together and doing what we got to do, there's still race soldiers out there choking, holding us, killing us, assisting these white supremacists to kill us. So we need to be mindful of that, and we have to work together. But you got to work with people that's willing to work with you. Shout out to Nuke. Like I said, I did. We text back and forth this morning. You know, when Nuke gets settled, I'm gonna have her back on. Nuke is very busy right now. You know, her mom is doing much better. You know what I mean? So I'm happy for that. You know, her mom was kind of ill, so her mom is doing much better. So that's why I haven't seen Nuke in a while. Because trust me, Nuke is about as consistent as you gonna get. And that's why I always got love for Nuke, because Nuke was super busy, but we're still taking the time to come over here and drop knowledge. So we gonna get her on real soon. That's what I mean about consistency. Trust me, before it's all over, I'm trying to have nothing but females on my podcast. Honestly, to tell you the truth, that's what I want. I want the females' perspective. Man, hey, RIP to your pops, man. Wait, what you say? My dad, may he rest in peace, he used to tell people, this is not the complaint department. Hey, I'm about to use that shit. Good looking out. RIP to your dad, man. That's some real shit. Cause niggas will call you on some bullshit. That's why I never answer my phone. I don't care. I don't never answer my phone. Half the time, I don't even know when my shit is ringing. When it rings, I don't know. I don't want to hear this shit. I don't even want to talk about, me personally, I want to talk about books. I want to talk about anti-black racism and the trauma that is inflicted upon my people. I don't want to talk about no chicken shit that don't have nothing to do with anti-black racism. Unless we talk about stocks, bonds, 401k, and how it relates to black people. I just don't have nothing to say. That's why when I get around my siblings, we have great conversations. But see, that's been going on. But we have even more in-depth conversations because a lot of my siblings now, they're starting to pick up the books and read the books and understand, like, oh, that's why Warren, like one of my sisters reading They Came Before Columbus by Dr. Ivan Van Sertima right now. So now she's reading it and she's like, yeah, Christopher Columbus was on some bullshit. I said, told you. She reading it right now. So it's like, it just feels good to have those type of conversations. No, we're not sitting around drinking tea. Yeah, I really loved Dr. Claude Anderson's. Nah, man, it's like, hey, my nigga, you read Dr. Claude Anderson's book? Shit, that shit is popping, nigga. Woo, 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 woo. This nigga's going in. That's what our conversation is about, and that makes me feel good because I know that everybody is starting to try to grasp at the concept of, hey, reading is fundamental. That's what it's about. It's not about just not reading. Why would you want to be in this racial climate where you have no idea what racism and white supremacy is? As Nelly Fuller Jr. says, if you don't understand racism and white supremacy, everything else will confuse you. And Dr. Francis Wellstein has already taught us that racism and white supremacy is an institution. It's a team sport. That's why when this brother on Twitter trying to tell me he don't listen to Dr. Francis Wellstein, I say, man, you sound Sambo-ish. I said, they dominate 9 areas of activity. Labor, law, economics, religion, sex, war, education, politics, and God, what is the other one? I said education, entertainment, I forgot the other one. I got 8 of them. I always be forgetting the ninth one. But yeah, they dominate 9 areas of activity. And I'm gonna tell you right now, man, we need to understand that. But hey, man, that is my time. I went way over, but I ain't tripping. Sundays is always like that. Hey, man, go check out that video of David Amfendor, or whatever his name is, the NYPD that was choking that brother. Just go check that out. Remember, when you on a court plantation, just watch how motherfuckers act and how they talk. Okay, question for you. Why don't you have the icon on the podcast that allows us to donate? Oh, no, cause you know why, Shawnee, man? Me and Nuke was talking about this a long time ago, about I've been doing this podcast 2 years, huh? Shit. 2 years ago, before we started it, me and Nuke had a conversation about it, and Nuke agreed. I said, Nuke, everybody on YouTube trying to get paid. I don't want to get paid because I work at the car plantation like everybody else, and I don't want to be on here asking people to donate. I said, because I just don't want it to be about that. I said, now, if we get like 1,000 subscribers or some shit like that later on down the line, Nuke was like, okay, then we'll do it. But right now, I feel you, Warren. And we just kind of made it where we was like, nah, we in the building process. So when we building our platform, nah, man, we not finna, this knowledge is free. Like, nah, I'm getting knowledge from y'all. So that's why I didn't do it. I didn't do it because I just felt like, nah, man, it'll take in my perspective, it'll take the passion out of it. And then it just turns into something else to me. And you know me, I grew up in church, man. So it's like, you know, oh, here this nigga go with offering. Like, I get it. Some people just want to donate, but nah, right now, I got a Cash App. I just ain't put it on there because I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It's just right now, nah, Shawnee, man, fuck that. You donate enough, just listening. And put me up onto those books. You feel me? Like, that's why. Me and Nuke had decided this like 2 years ago, because I was like, Nuke, I don't really want a whole lot of listeners. I said, if we can get to like between 500 and 1,000, I think we'll be good. And she was like, why, Warren? I was like, because I don't want them taking down the channel. She was like, why you think that? Said Nuke? Because as I'm reading these books, I'm gonna start saying some real crazy shit. And I just don't want them taking my page down. I don't want them demonetizing my shit. So let's see how this go before. So with that being said, we just kind of decided that, nah, we wasn't gonna go that route. So that's why I don't have no, I forgot what it's called, the super chat. That's why I don't have no super chat. Cause I was like, nah, I'm not really trying to go down that road. Maybe when we get to like 500 or 600, then maybe I'll do the shit. Oh, I'll definitely tell her. I'll be telling her sometime like, man, they like, where the fuck, dude, where is you at? But she's just super busy, man. But honestly, before I get off this motherfucker, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Nuke not being here sucked for me because we have a great synergy and chemistry. You know what I'm saying? We like family, so it was fun. And it was difficult doing, like when I had to start doing it by myself, I thought about not doing it no more because I was like, damn, man, I ain't gonna do it no more because I don't want to do this shit. Then I was like, fuck it, I just gotta do it and keep it popping. So when Nuke come back, I'll still have it popping and then we can just get it popping together. So that's why. So hey man, I appreciate everybody listening. Hey man, if you know somebody that might be on this shit, hey, send them my way. Especially if they got some books, send them my way. Hey, for all you motherfuckers that's out there that think that anti-black racism ain't real, guilty, nigga. I'm out. Peace.